What's good, my people? Welcome to the Afterthought Airing, and it's just my thoughts after the last 2 days in the NFL is going down. And there's been some trades that have been happening within the NFL, quite frankly, with the Seattle Seahawks. For those that didn't know, Bobby Wagner has been officially traded to Philadelphia for a receiver and I think a fifth-round draft pick. And Richard Sherman has been officially released just yesterday. Richard Sherman is now a free agent. He is no longer with the Seattle Seahawks organization. So with that being said, this is officially the end of the Legion of Boom. RIP to one of the most greatest defenses as far as secondaries, because one of the most known hard-hitting secondaries I've ever had a chance to see. Okay? Yes, the Legion of Boom with Chancellor, Earl Thomas, Richard Sherman, and company. These guys, what I'm saying? This is one of the most, toughest defenses ever been played. These guys bring the hammer down. But the Legion of Boom is just not the Legion of Boom no more. With Richard Sherman gone, who's the leader of it, this basically over. And Seattle is basically going through the process of basically rebuilding their team. They basically have to now just start over again. Because it all started with Marshawn Lynch. For those of y'all that know, man, when the Seattle Seahawks lost our Super Bowl to New England, Marshawn Lynch get the ball, and everybody got their own opinion of it, but New England was looking for the run. New England did stop them in the previous series. It was like New England wasn't trying to bring the defense. New England was looking for Marshawn Lynch to get the ball, okay? And yeah, he was driving, he was balling out that game, but it's not 100% chance Marshawn Lynch would even got into that end zone. So if y'all don't believe, man, go back and look at that game, man. Go and look at that drive when Marshawn Lynch was at the goal line. You know what I'm saying? New England was looking for him to run. So I guess Seattle thought that it was going to get stopped. That's just all it was. You know what I'm saying? Football is a thinking decision. It's a chess game. You got to think about every decision you make can affect how you win that game. So Pete Carroll thought that Marshawn Lynch wasn't going to get inside that end zone. But I mean, it is what it is. Like I say, everybody got their own opinion of it, but that's just what it was. When Marshawn Lynch left that team, this team started to go through a little bit of decline. And then Russell Wilson, okay? Ever since he married Sierra, Russell Wilson actually hasn't been that same player. The guy he was in 2012 through 2014 wasn't what he was when he got with Sierra. Nothing against Sierra, but he married Sierra when she was already going through problems with Future. Because for those that know her and Future, that's Future's they got a child together. Future's her baby daddy. So they was already getting into it now over a court battle over custody over the child. But he liked her. He was in love with Sarah. He married her. But since then, it's like he hasn't even played the same way no more. And plus, I told y'all what went down between him and Richard Sherman. Richard Sherman don't like Russell Wilson anyway. He still blames Russell Wilson for getting picked off in that game against New England. So I already told you that was already locker room turmoil. So they had to Richard Sherman was going to leave last year. Remember, Richard Sherman was going to try to go to Dallas. Dallas was winning the trade for them. Pete Carroll turned it down because that's how much he wanted Richard Sherman to stay. But Richard Sherman himself didn't want to stay on Seattle no more because, like I say, he doesn't get along with Russell Wilson. And speaking of the Cowboys, Earl Thomas even said it openly on the interview when I think Seattle had beat Dallas. He said, "Man, Cowboys sign me when I'm a free agent. Come pick me up." Earl Thomas even admitted he was a Cowboy fan. And I'm not just saying this because, I'm a fan of Dallas. Y'all know I support my Cowboys. That's just what the man actually said. That came from his own mouth. If you don't believe me, y'all could go and look at that interview. Earl Thomas really said he wants to go to Dallas. Dallas picked me up. So with that being said, if you the Seahawks, man, would you want to re-sign this guy knowing that he doesn't want to stay no more? He wants to go somewhere else. And see, the Cowboys already got the Seattle Seahawks defensive coordinator anyway. Okay, they just signed him. The guy the guy who basically helped put together Legion Boom, who helped Richard Sherman put this team together, is on the Cowboys as the DB coach. He's the coordinator. So with that being said, if you're Earl Thomas, why would you not want to go? But no, this Legion Boom, they're not the same anyway. Cam Chancellor was another one. Remember, Cam Chancellor held out and signed a contract 2 years ago. Cam Chancellor almost didn't even want to come back. So like I said, man, RIP to the Legion Boom. This team is basically done. They had their good, 4-year run. And even then, last year, they still made the playoffs. Despite the injuries, they still got in. But, this team is just not the same no more. Yeah, just 2 seasons ago, they made the playoffs. Last year, this was the first time where they didn't make the playoffs since Pete Carroll made it in. Excuse me, let me phrase that. Last year, not making the playoffs, losing to the Jacksonville Jaguars for the first time since this team has been put together, just shows you what time it was. Like I said, this team ain't been the same since. And Bobby Wagner, of course, he was controversial. I believe that's another reason why Seattle didn't mind trading him, because Bobby Wagner was getting too open opinionated about it. This whole Colin Kaepernick thing. Because I told y'all, man, a lot of NFL players, they know what Kaepernick did already. They know the whole reason why he did what he did. And if y'all want to hear more about that, I got videos on that. But I told you what it was already. These NFL players know that this is a business. You know what I'm saying? Just because you can't get the money you want and you decide to opt out of your country don't mean you're going to go to another team and just become a starter. They know what it is already. But Bobby Wagner, he ran away with it. You know what I'm saying? He hopped over Black Lives Matter movement. He said his opinions. And then they don't like the fact what he did against that Jaguar game. You know what I'm saying? Bobby Wagner started that fight. And then how he came at the media. I understand he was defending his partner, but you got to be professional too. So I guess Bobby Wagner, they feel is too much of a trouble for that locker room. So they released him. They traded him over to Philadelphia. I don't like, in me being a Cowboy fan, that's actually bad news because that makes Philadelphia that much more better. But it is what it is. I mean, they're making a business decision. They got to start over again. And plus, they figure Richard Sherman is damaged goods at this point. Anyway, he's not going to be the same player after his injuries because Richard Sherman has been injured seriously. He's missed most of these games last year. And like I said, Earl Thomas, they have to make a decision on him. This is his contract year. Richard Sherman is officially a free agent at the end of next season. But Seattle might decide to trade him anyway, just to get it out the way, since they know he's going to actually walk. So look for Jerry Jones to make a deal. Jerry Jones is going to Jerry Jones wants Richard Sherman because Jerry Jones sees Richard Sherman as that Deion Sanders. So expect my Cowboys to make a move for Richard Sherman and Earl Thomas. I can see both of them getting in. They might get Malcolm Butler as well from New England because I don't know if Malcolm Butler is going to even want to be a Patriot after that Super Bowl, after them not playing him. So New England deserve to lose that. But that's a video for another story. But anyways, yeah, this is it for Legion Boom. But I ain't gonna lie though, I've enjoyed seeing them. They were very exciting. And because of the Legion Boom, they got everybody to hop on the bandwagon. Everybody rode off for Seattle for like at least 5 years. But yeah, it's over for them. It's time to split them up. They didn't make the playoffs last year. Like I said, that's the first time since this team was all assembled. Since Pete Carroll stepped in 2011, this is the first time they did not make the playoffs. But now y'all know why. It's just the chemistry is going. Like guys, it's time to break them up. But I'll give them that. They've had a great run together. So expect to see a lot of these guys on this team on different teams. I don't know if they're really even keeping all of them. The only one that'll probably stay is Cam Chancellor because Cam Chancellor's still on a contract. Earl Thomas is still on the contract for another year, but everybody else, like Sherman is gone. He's out of there. Wagner's gone. Like, it's a lot of guys going. Like I said, this is not the same team anymore. And I think Doug Baldwin, I think Doug Baldwin is still on contract. I think this might be his last season too. Doug Baldwin, he's reaching a contract year. And yeah, like I said, a lot of the Seattle's just gonna start over again. So expect Seattle might tank next season. Because the way it's looking like the Rams have just made moves too, man. The Rams have just signed a couple pieces here and there. You know what I'm saying? Last time I checked, Aqib Talib is a Los Angeles Ram. So the Rams are a playoff team. They're dominant. Rams basically kicked ass in that division. Rams dominated. So that's another thing, man. Seattle may feel they can't compete with the Los Angeles Rams. And then not only that, San Francisco has Jimmy Garoppolo over there now. They got an actual decent quarterback. So look for the 49ers to be competitive. And if Arizona could get a quarterback, if Arizona can possibly get a Eli Manning or if they could get like a Kirk Cousins, I think Kirk Cousins will fit in better with Arizona because of Bruce Arians. Bruce Arians knows how to work with quarterbacks. Bruce Arians can turn Kirk Cousins into a star better than Washington. If Kirk Cousins signs on to the Cardinals, the Cardinals actually got a halfway decent quarterback. And plus, Arizona still got their defense. The Honey Badger and Patrick Peterson is still over there. So again, Seattle may feel right now they can't compete right now. You saw how Jaguars emerged. Jacksonville has emerged as one of the better defenses that far succeeds Seattle. Like Jacksonville kicked their ass. That was a tough game. That was about one of the worst loss I ever seen Seattle suffer. They got blown out by Jacksonville. So if you Seattle, they're going to rebuild this team. So look for them to start drafting again. They're going to redraft. Like I said, they honestly, and it's a money thing too, man. Richard Sherman, like I say, he's due for a big contract. You owe Earl Thomas a lot of money. That's another reason why they have to make a business decision now. They're not going to be able to keep these guys anyway. Especially if a lot of them don't want to be there. I told you, they can't keep Richard Sherman if he's not getting along with the quarterback. They're not going to keep somebody that don't want to be there. Earl Thomas already shouted out for another team to come pick him up. I don't know if I don't know if they're going to want to re-sign him now after that because his loyalty ain't there. Bobby Wagner, all these guys, they're due a lot of money. So that's another thing too, man. Sometimes you got to make business decisions to stay within the salary cap. But yeah, look for Seattle to tank next season. I don't see Seattle being that same team no more. Now about the Legion of Boom. Like I said, with Richard Sherman gone, the Legion of Boom is basically broken up. You can't call them the Legion of Boom anymore. They just not. Like I said, Earl Thomas don't want to be there no more. Wagner's gone. They've lost some other pieces too. Like this team has to just rebuild. So I could see Seattle, honestly. I mean, Pete Carroll's a great coach. I'll give him that. But even then, Pete Carroll still needs a lot of work with the offense. They need to find another running back. Because Eddie Lacy, Lord knows, I don't know why they even spent money on him. Eddie Lacy gained all that weight, and then Green Bay kicked him out. Michael Kirkland said, you got to go. And Eddie Lacy ain't been the same since. Now, Robin Turbin, he's all right, but he's just not Marshawn Lynch. They need another running back. They could use another receiver, too. Yeah, because Jimmy Graham was all right, but Jimmy Graham ain't been the same since he left New Orleans, actually. So, I mean, we'll see what the future holds. I mean, the offense is still going to be legit. But even then, man, Russell Wilson, this is another one, man. Russell Wilson has to play like he did 2-3 years ago. Russell Wilson has to get the fire back going. The fire in Russell Wilson is just not there no more. But again, man, as I said, this team needs a lot of work. Actually, they need a lot of work. Like I said, they need to revamp this whole team. They need a new identity. Like I said, they're no longer the Legion Boom. That's over with. So we can no longer call them the Legion Boom. As far as the records goes next season, I can see Seattle being in between 8 or 9. They'll either go 9-7 or they may win maybe 7 or 8 games. Yeah, 7-7 at the minimum. They're not going to be a 6-seeded. They're not going to be a 6-win team. They're too better than that. Russell Wilson's too good to be to have 6 wins. Russell Wilson, for what he is, he's better than 6 wins. He still has Doug Baldwin. He still has Curse. He still has Jimmy Graham. They're better than 6 wins. I say at least about 8 or 9. They'll probably go 8-8. And like I said, they'll go 8-8 because, like I said, they're not gonna have that same defense anymore. But anyways, that's the end of this video, man. Shouts out to the artist who made this beautiful picture, because that's nice. This is a picture you can hang up on the wall. I'm not a Seattle fan, so I can't do that anyway. But I know one thing, man. For me being a Cowboy fan, I love to get Richard Sherman and Earl Thomas. Jerry Jones can actually make that happen. Matter of fact, Jerry can make a deal with Seattle right now and get Earl Thomas. He can either trade Dez Bryant over to Seattle. I can see Seattle easily picking up Dez Bryant in exchange for Earl Thomas. Because Dez Bryant, Doug Baldwin, with Curse and Jimmy Graham, that's a killing. That offense is killing right now. It'll be easier for Dez Bryant. That offense is dominating. That'll be the offense right there. So I can see Jerry Jones making that. Or if he keeps Dez Bryant, he'll trade a draft pick, because the Cowboys have another draft pick in him. He'll trade a draft pick over for Earl Thomas. Jerry Jones has been known to do that anyway for veterans. Because he has money to sign. He's going to sign Richard Sherman. Because if the Cowboys get Richard Sherman and Earl Thomas along with Orlando Scandrick, that defense is instant. They'll have their defense they need. They'll have the secondary they need with that coach they already have. The Cowboys will be set for a championship with them two. So expect Jerry Jones to make a big move this offseason. Anyways, man, y'all stay blessed, stay tuned, and tell me what y'all think, man. Tell me what y'all think of this. Tell me how y'all felt about the Legion Boom. You know what I'm saying? How you feel. Tell me how you feel Seattle's going to do next season. Stay blessed, stay tuned. I'll see you soon.